Gorin here with my broadcasting partner Ryan Lowy, and
we're locked in and ready to go for some Lancers soccer against Newark Central.
Pretty good game for Livingston. Newark Central 0-4. They've been outscored 18-2 over those 4 games. Livingston's taking a very defensive approach on the other hand. They're 3-1-1, but they've only scored 3 goals over those 5 games.
And they have outscored their opponents 3-2 this season. That's why I think it's appropriate to bring up their very defensively heavy 18-man roster, and then we will follow that by the visiting North Central's roster. So first off, we've got the senior captain, Holden Miller, number 9, following by one of his alternate captains, Kyle Loventhal, the senior, number 14. Also, another senior who will be the alternate captain for today, Zachary Lang, alternate captain, senior, number 4. And his brother, who is not an alternate captain, but is a fantastic player for the Lancers this year, Lucas Lang, the senior, number 10. We also have a couple more seniors coming at you, Rohan Maida, number 11, Kyle Kelly, number 7, and Grant Chevron, number 18. Note in that group right there, Kyle Kelly has officially announced he's going to play with Ramapo. And then we've also got Benjamin Pollock, the senior goalkeeper, number 1, who came in last year after 3/4 of the season was completed due to injury, but he's back and he's ready to go. And then we have Noah Fisher, number 17, who is a junior, joined by Lav Siegel, number 12, Krish Malhotra, number 20, Lucas Chisarick, number 3, and Jared Fisk, number 8. Those are our juniors. And we also have junior goalkeeper, number 0 as well, Logan Paredes, backing up Benjamin Pollock, our senior. And then we have Jake Fitzgerald, the junior, number 13, and Benjamin Goldsmith, the junior, number 6, who both spent the year on JV last year very successfully. They are number 13 and number 6. And then we have sophomores who were both on varsity last year and are joining us back this year. Zachary Feldman, number 5, and Charlie Grossman, number 2. Note some call-ups from the sub-varsity, junior varsity roster. We have Neil Hajid, the sophomore, wearing number 26 today. And we also have Andy Pessoa, the sophomore, wearing sophomore, playing number 27 today. I apologize for that one. And then we also have Colin Miller and Matt Hoffman, 2 juniors, also spending their second year on JV, getting called up today. Colin Miller will be wearing 28, and Matthew Hoffman will be wearing 29. Note, Matthew Hoffman is usually a defender, so we might see him playing defensively today. However, he may get called up to forward, as that is what he's been playing on JV. Now I'm going to hand the mic over to Jacob Gorin to announce today's lineup for the visiting Newark Central High School.
Yes, we're going to start off with Bema Bamba, Sterwins Cherry, Joshua Dadzi, Robinson Delva, Muhammad Ding, Vincent Kanadu, Dubinson Levorter, Abdul Udrago, Johan Wuga Nagambi, Jomin Traore,
Continue.
Abdul Traore, Kerry Bell, Richmond Natau, Akinawu Aluwaj Bimisola, and Prince Kanadu.
Yes. Keynote, they've been outscored. They've only scored two goals, and that was coincidentally against MKA. A very good team. However, they lost that game 8-2. Otherwise, they've been shut out in 3 losses. Note, today's first half ball boy will be Alex Yuck, the junior on JV, as well as it looks like we've got Matthew Blinderman. And we also have over there Mitchell Constadt, 2 sophomores on JV, being the first half ball boy, representing the Lancers, of course, today. Today's coaches will be Coach Roger Rubinetti, who's actually the head coach and head of the varsity program here at LHS, and he will be
looks like things are getting started.
Yep, and we also have coaching for us as well today, Coach Jason Charney, who is the JV coach, helping out today.
And we're gonna have 2 40-minute halves today.
And just a note for all of you soccer fans, the clock does count down in NJSIAA soccer, as well as the clock does stop during any injuries and or goals scored in today's game. It's looking like a very nice day for some soccer today. We're very excited to be here with you today on LTV. Yes. Key thing to notice for the Lancers here today, of course, the Lancers currently have 22 men dressed for today's game, including 4 call-ups, while interestingly to say, Newark Central looks like they barely have enough players on the field today. It looks like they'll have a sub or 2, but that might hurt them.
Yeah, definitely. Fatigue is a big factor, especially in a 90-minute game, or 80-minute game, I'm sorry. And so, yeah, fatigue, and the fact they don't have way those players in Livingston, they're only a big factor in how they play, especially towards the second half.
It's going to be interesting to see both starting lineups for both teams. We're going to get the Lancers some starters. We see key notable starters, and that is going to include in goalie senior benchman Pollock, who has really been one of the better players to note and could see some college soccer ball after this year. We also have playing up top. It looks like we have Charlie Grossman, the sophomore, who will be playing up top. Fantastic player with Noah Fisher. We're going to get started here.
We're underway at the main field here at Livingston High School. Touched back to the goaltender,
Benjamin
Pollock. He'll slide it over to Zach Feldman.
Kyle Kelly is with the ball, and he makes a fantastic play over to Charlie Grossman. Grossman is so good at creating spaces. You just saw him do to Benjamin Goldsmith starting today at right midfield. Fantastic player. And I'm sorry, that is actually not Benjamin Goldsmith over there. That is actually Lucas Chiswick.
Yeah, Ryan, good job recognizing the players.
I do. I know my players.
And, you know, the last time these two teams faced was September 24th, 2018. It was a 3-0 win for Livingston, who was had a record of 8-10-1 that year. Goals scored that day by Harrison Kime, Zachary Greenblatt, and Brian Kelly.
And good thing to notice, we have only one player dressed in a Lancers uniform today who was on that team, and that is Kyle Kelly, a sophomore. And we did have Grant Chevron, who was unfortunately injured for that matchup. Goal kick is kicked out. It's a fantastic header there by Lucas Chiswick. Ball will be turned over now.
Turned over by Livingston, and they play it ahead.
It's a fantastic play by Zach Feldman there. He knows the game very well. He sees the game better than anybody else. It's fair to say he could be the captain come his senior year.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. But he is only a sophomore, and this is already his second year on varsity. Very impressive.
And this is his second year being a regular starter.
Yeah.
Last year he was on the field for almost every minute of every game, excluding the first two scrimmages of the season and opening day. This year he has, I don't think he's been taken out once this season. Fantastic job for Zach Feldman.
Played ahead by Jared Fiske. And out of play. Sent back in by Newark Central.
It's fantastic play here by Newark Central.
Great play to almost keep it in by Holden Miller, the captain.
As you can see, he is not displaying the captain's armband today, interestingly, as it is actually Kyle Kelly. So we have a little bit of a change today, which is interesting, isn't it?
No, I think he's wearing a C.
No, he is not actually. As you can see on Kyle Kelly's shirt, he displays the pink on his left shoulder. So he will be actually the captain today, which is interesting because last game Holden Miller was wearing the captaincy badge. So
very interesting.
Another interesting thing I want to point out about Zach Feldman is that he has a fantastic left foot as well as right foot. As Grossman gets trucked and makes a fantastic play to win the ball back.
Turned over by Livingston. North Central back up, and Lowy touched ahead. Great defensive play by Livingston. Of course, we said before, Livingston this year has been absolutely fantastic defensively.
Indeed, they have been carrying the team, no doubt about it, and they're getting a lot of help from Benjamin Pollock in goal, which is key for them.
Of course, they've only left 2 goals this season in 5 games. Very, very impressive. And like you said, Pollock has had a
fantastic season in goal. Continues to perform. And, of course, we still have a growing forward line for the Lancers. Of course, we do know that fantastic players Grossman will be called offside. Fantastic junior Noah Fisher making his second year on varsity after doing a fantastic job his freshman year on the freshman team, completely dominating. He is playing forward today and has done a fantastic job for the Lancers, but he has not been receiving much help up top, as Charlie Grossman will be joining him, and he is a fantastic player, no doubt about it, but he has not yet grown into his position. Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely, and I'm going to go back to Benjamin Pollock. Not only does he have, according to NJ.com, obviously he's been fantastic, but he also has an assist, which of course is very rare for a goaltender.
Indeed, it's very rare. You don't see that every
Especially
day.
in soccer, where there's only one assist marker. Of course, other sports like hockey, you got 2, primary and secondary. Only 1 in soccer.
That's a fantastic play right there by Luke Chiswick to win the ball over. He will now run down. There's a fantastic play.
What a play!
Here comes Fisher. Will he shoot?
No, we waited a bit too long, and oh, big hit there.
Some players down there in the corner. That was a fantastic run there by the Lancers, but I must have to say, I think that Noah Fisher probably should have taken a little bit less time to think and probably should have taken the shot one time. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that was a really good. He had a really good chance to step into that shot and get a solid opportunity, but he waited just a bit too long. And
that was a magnificent defensive play there as well. Central will have the corner. However, I'm going to give applause to alternate captain Kyle Leventhal, who made a fantastic defensive play right there. Corner ball.
The corner for Newark Central. It's trying to create a play here. They've really not had any chances up by the goal.
Not at all. No.
Livingston, of course, has had a few opportunities, an offsides call and and Kyle Leventhal waiting just a bit too long to take that shot.
Yes, Noah Fisher actually. He
Fisher,
had the opportunity there, but it's a game lag thing that the Lancers will miss out on. So interestingly, we're going to compare some high school records now, as the ball is currently being possessed by Zach Feldman. The Livingston Lancers records in the past couple of years, in 2020, which is right now, they are 3-1-1. As there's a big send, but it looks like it might just roll a little too far. We'll see what happens here. Nicely kept in there by Lucas Chisarick, and a fantastic defensive play right there.
Great defensive play by Newark.
Continuing on. Oh, it's brought back in. Ball's cleared away.
Kicked out.
Continuing on, in 2019...
Good recovery by Newark Central.
In 2019, the Lancers were 9-7-2, but in 2018, they struggled at a record of 5-11. In 2017, they finished pretty strongly at 9-6-2, as it's a corner kick coming in right now, which will be whipped in by Lucas Chisarick for the Lancers. 2016, they had a fantastic 13-5-3 record. 2015, 13-4-3 record. And then 2014, they had an 8-7-5 record.
So overall, they had really only one bad season in the past 7
It's true, yeah. And stay tuned for Newark Central records coming up soon, as Chisarick will whip the ball in for the Lancers, and it'll be a weak one right to the keeper. Fantastic decision there for Holden Miller to come run in and try and take the ball. Ball will be kicked out now. A little miscommunication.
Right ahead. Oh, maybe a breakaway.
Fantastic
No,
play.
great defensive play there by Krish Malhotra. Yes.
Fantastic. Just magnificent play by Krish Malhotra.
Chipped ahead, headed away now by Leventhal, yeah. And Livingston breaking out. They touch it back. And now we'll send it ahead for Fisher.
Good defensive play there. Fantastic. It's something I can notice here for North Central. They are a very physical and fast team. They are not a skilled team per se. I guess you could say they are more of a cardio team. Would you agree? Cardio and strength team so far.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you just look at size wise. I mean, I feel like a lot of the guys on North Central are definitely bigger than Livingston.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting to see if Newark Central can pick up their first win. We do know the Lancers have some competition coming up, as Holden Miller will whip it in for them, as the Lancers have to take on MKA, who actually coincidentally Newark Central played 3 weeks ago, as Coach Rubinetti will make a play call here. We're going to see. It could be play number 1, play number 2, or play number 3, as I know. And it'll be play number 1 right to Charlie Grossman, and he will whip the ball right over to Holden Miller. Fantastic touch. And we do have an offsides call. Lancers are taking on Montclair Kimberley Academy this Friday at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern on the LHS main turf facility. And interestingly enough, MKA did play MKA did play Newark Central, and they beat them 8-2 just a little over a week ago. It was a fantastic affair for Newark Central, but not too good for fantastic affair for MKA, but not too good for Newark Central.
Yeah, Newark Central. They did finally get their first 2 goals of the season, though. So I guess that's a plus for them.
Yeah.
Another, I believe, offsides call that was.
Kyle Leventhal about to throw the ball. About to whip the ball in for the Lancers on a free kick. We got nobody warming up as Gabe Kanchik subs in for ball boy for Alex Yuft. Also a JV player. Fantastic defender.
A little confusion on the field now, but between the 2 teams what the call is.
But it'll be a Lancers kick.
It will. confusion. Sorry, a little mistaken. I think there's some confusion on the Newark Central bench. Possibly a sub.
Fantastic attendance for Lancers boys soccer. 35 in attendance for today, including members of the Livingston Lancers JV team.
I think Newark Central's just going to play
Very
one man.
physical.
They're playing one man down, I believe, just momentarily. Great play by the goaltender, and a
Kick by
kick
Holden
by
Miller.
Holden Miller, just over the net, right between
The field goal
the
posts.
field goal posts. Yes, of course, this is a multi-purpose field used for lacrosse, soccer, and
field-
football, and
field
field,
hockey,
and
too.
field hockey as well. That is correct.
One thing I just want to mention real quick, sorry to interrupt you, is that Coach Rubinetti is staying very close to the yellow line, and I wouldn't be shocked. By rule, he could receive a yellow card for that, so just keep that in mind.
Very interesting.
Oh, very nice
Maybe
ball.
an offsides. No. Great, but it's recovered by the goaltender for Newark Central, which I believe is Abdul Udrago. Livingston able to hold in the kick.
Fantastic play
Great
there for
play.
Fisher.
Grossman
To Fisher.
Fisher. Good defensive play there.
Very physical play there, too,
Yeah,
as well.
that seems to be Newark Central's strategy so far today. They just are all over Livingston. Livingston's been able to get the ability to set. They've been good at setting up opportunities, but Newark Central's been very physical, not allowing them to finish those.
Also, our advanced statcaster for today is just me making some, predictions of what's
Great
going on as
play
an offsides
off.
call is made. And I would say the Lancers are controlling the ball. I'd say about 75% to 25%, would you say?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Newark Central really has not been able to control the ball, but has been played fine defensive. But they've been definitely playing well defensively. Their goaltenders made some pretty good plays and saves as well.
Nice play by Grossman.
Nice play turned over. Fisher drops it off. Sent back ahead. Offsides.
Offsides call will be made by Pedro Monata, today's assistant official.
How many times has that been? Livingston's been offsides.
They've been offside a little over 5 times today. Look at the mouth.
6. And then
Something I just want to bring up about Noah Fisher, Lancers forward, second year on varsity. We played freshman ball his freshman year. Is he knows the field better than anybody else, and that's something that the Lancers have to their advantage, as they've been struggling as the team that has been playing up front.
Yeah.
They play out to the back a lot, and it's good that they have Noah Fisher, who has another year left with the Lancers, playing up top.
Back and forward here in the middle of the field. As Fisher finally able to break free.
That's a
Sent
fantastic
ahead.
ball there by Jared Fisk.
Fisher somehow able to hold it in.
Space
Keeps
now.
it. Nice play at the line.
It's
Good
fantastic.
defensive play.
Fantastic,
North Central to
fantastic
deflect it
moves.
out.
Fantastic moves right now that we've been seeing displayed by Noah Fisher, who has clearly been the better player in this game.
Yeah, he's definitely been one of the best players so far, and that sequence right there has proven it.
Corner ball for the Lancers now, and it'll be Holden Miller whipping it in. And looks like we've got play number 3 being displayed by the Lancers. It'll be whipped in, and nice play by the keeper. Goal kick now, as it's kicked up.
Come on, don't dive in there.
Fantastic
nice
play.
defensive play there.
And a good read
Zach-
there, too, by Zach Feldman.
Yeah, Zach Feldman with
Fantastic
a
decision
great
right
play.
there. Fantastic decision right there to play it back to the keeper. Again, also talking about Zach Feldman is his knowledge of the game is more valuable than any other in his amazing skills as the ball goes out for a central throw-in. Feldman knows what to do in every situation for the Lancers, and he knows how to read every play, and that is why he is actually, according to NJ.com, one of the top 40 defenders in New Jersey. Can you believe that? Top 40 defenders in New Jersey.
That is crazy. As a
And
sophomore,
he's
as
the only
well.
sophomore on the list, too. That's the craziest
makes
part.
sense.
As it looks like we're going to have a central corner ball.
Of course,
Looks like we have a couple players warming up on the Lancers sideline. This will include Lucas Lang, and Zach Lang, an alternate captain. And we are also seeing just a little bit from Grant Chevron, one of the better Lancers players, surprisingly making a bench appearance today.
And we do a sideline report today. Jordan Cooper is with us. With any developing stories, if he does have any.
Yeah.
Feldman plays it ahead to Grossman. Tries to make a move. Newark Central will have none of that. Try to control, but he was double teamed by Grossman.
Oh, Grossman is making fantastic balls today.
Fisk.
Chiserick actually. Chiserick will whip it in. Over.
Just over the net.
Yeah, something we'd like to tell you guys about. Funny story. Actually, not a funny story. Funny knowledge. So, I don't know if you guys know seniors who are currently just warming up, and that will be actually, as you guys know, the Lang brothers, Zach and Lucas Lang. Hilariously, they look alike, pretty much, but Lucas Chiserick and Jared Fisk are not at all related, and they look near identical, especially from our angle.
Yeah, definitely. We've already confused them once or twice today.
Yeah, and it's going to happen more, so just forgive them.
Miller with a nice defensive play, right in the middle of the field. Fisher touches it back for Chiserick. Chiserick tries to center it. Grossman. Nice play to kick it down. Can't get the shot off. Good defensive play by Newark Central. Able to hold it in, Jake Fitzgerald.
Oh, here comes Chiserick now, as I'll take over for a second. Chiserick, a fantastic defensive play there, as the ball will be cleared away. Now the ball will roll out of bounds. And Alex Yucht, our ball boy, will need to help out. Fantastic play by Alex Yucht. 23 minutes left to go in the half. We are scoreless between the visiting Newark Central High School and the Livingston Lancers.
Newark Central kicks in, and a heading attempt by Fitzgerald that failed, and Newark Central will throw it. Good play by Kyle Kelly. That's turned over and kick right into the face of Holden Miller, but he just ignored that. Very, very impressive.
Oh, plenty of space for Noah Fisher, so he'll take advantage. That's
Fisher,
a fantastic
great
play right
play.
there. Here comes Kyle Kelly, Ramapo commit, and he goes down. That was absolutely 100% a flop, and a good look by the officials, Pedro Manata and Peter Kalenko today. All right, we are now going to send it down in just 10 seconds.
Cooper.
Jordan Cooper.
Yes. Earlier this evening, I interviewed Coach Rubinetti, and obviously the defense has been fantastic. And he says his approach with them, they don't really have a set goal scorer, so his scheme has really been focused around defense and goaltending, which is fascinating because this Lancer team has been great on defense for some time now. And yeah, the defense has been great, and it looks like it's continuing to be great today. They've been great with time of possession, and they haven't really allowed the other team to possess the ball a lot.
Yeah, thank you, Jordan.
Very helpful down the sideline there from Jordan Cooper. I apologize for saying his name wrong. That is a typical thing we will do this game between Lucas Chiserick and Jared Fisk, as we've mentioned many times. It's a fantastic play there for Zach Feldman. We'll play the ball up to Lucas Chiserick.
That is actually Jared Fisk.
No, it is Lucas Chiserick. Is it actually Jared Fisk?
Yes.
It's a confusing one.
Grossman taps ahead. Nice play. Fisher.
Wide.
Just wide.
Just wide by Fisher. Good opportunity with the left foot there, but he just couldn't finish.
He's upset there. He knows he did not get that much on that, enough on that shot, as it just curves to the right.
Just a clarification, I apologize. I have been confusing the two the whole time as the Lancers will be making substitutions. Actually, believe it or not, Lucas Chisarick is wearing number 3 today, and Jared Fisk is wearing number 8. So I apologize. I got it wrong again. Some substitutions here coming in, as we will see number 8, Jared Fisk, coming off. Subbing in are the Lang brothers and fantastic player Grant Chevron for the Lancers.
Try to get it to Grant Chevron, who you just mentioned, but it's kept in by Zach Lane. As North Central tried to clear it out. Great play!
Oh!
And it just went wide. The deflection in front of, right by the goal.
That was a very good opportunity.
Chevron.
Yeah, no. Grant, great play there by Grant Chevron. So unfortunate that it didn't go in. And also a nice play by Noah Fisher to whip it in, as he will now get subbed out, come off the field. Interesting fact for all of you guys regarding the Lancers soccer team. 17 quality saves this year by Benjamin Pollock, recorded by NJ.com. He's a great goalkeeper, and the Lancers are very privileged to have him this year.
What a pass.
And it looks like Lucas Lang couldn't whip the ball in.
Yeah, not quite enough real estate there. Oh, a deflection.
Breakaway, but here comes Krish Malhotra and Zach Feldman as they will relieve him.
Defensive play. He was swarmed by 3 guys.
Yes, and that's Krish Malhotra, the fastest player on the team, running a 2-mile of under 12 minutes, and he was joined there on his run by Kyle Loventhal, who made a fantastic play. Interesting note for you guys, Zach Feldman has come off, so that'll be an interesting struggle. Charlie Grossman is now in the middle with Grant Chevron waiting for a cross inside. A fantastic defensive play there by Newark Central High School.
Sent in Miller. Have the keep it alive. Kelly gets it to Miller. Touches it down low. Shot. They score!
Goal by Grant Chevron. Fantastic goal.
I believe the assist by Kyle Kelly.
Very fantastic play by Kyle Kelly. Remember, Ramapo commit, and Grant Chevron will put a goal.
He gets his first of the year.
Yeah. Wow. Fantastic play by Grant Chevron, and he will finally have a stat, as he is still assistless this season. But good job for Grant Chevron. And Newark Central is definitely accustomed to giving up goals. Can we agree on that one?
Yeah, that is their 19th goal of the season. Not even 4.5 games. As much as we've been praising their physical style of defense, clearly has not worked in their favor so far this season.
And it hasn't at all. You're right. It's been a struggle for them.
As while they are able to limit the quality of the chances, they are not able to limit the quantity and
It all comes back to you.
And yeah, I mean, quantity is just as important as, or maybe is just as important for some teams as quality, especially for this Livingston team, which is very defensively oriented and goaltending oriented.
So just a time update for you guys. We are 17.5 minutes left in the first half. In terms of shots on goal, it looks like it is a 3-3 in the first half. And the Lancers are up 1-0. And that is your scoreboard update, brought to you by me,
Ryan Lowy.
Yes, and by Puck Drop. Please go subscribe to Puck Drop. If you are interested in hockey, please go on YouTube and search up Puck Drop LHS. You can also follow us on Instagram, puck_drop.lhs.source. That's right, puck_drop.lhs.source. And our Twitter handle is @LHSPuckDrop. So go check us out if you're interested in hockey. But we're going to focus on some soccer right now as Newark Central is powering up field. Ooh, that's
great defensive play by Zach Lang. And
shot is wide. Didn't have to make Pollock move there. We have a player.
That was a very powerful shot.
Thought we might have had an injury there, but thankfully Newark Central's captain is up and moving.
Goalie kick for Livingston.
Oh, we played over to Krish Malhotra, playing right defense today for the Lancers. Lancers formation is a 4-4-2. 2 up top, 4 in the middle, and 4 in the back, as Chevron's looking for a second in the fantastic goalkeeping play.
Yeah, great play. That would have been a 2-on-0. Very rare in soccer. If the goaltender for Newark Central, Abdul Udrago, did not make that play.
Offsides call. Charlie Grossman has been caught offsides multiple times, as he will try and make the argument, but there is no doubt that he has been offsides this game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously when you're dominating play like Livingston is, it's not nearly as big of a deal, but still, like, that's probably his third offsides call of the game. That is unacceptable. Though, like I said, it is nullified a bit by the fact Livingston has been playing so well. As the ball does go out.
All right, we are going to go now send it down to Jordan Cooper, who has another sideline report for us. Jordan, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. That was a great goal by Grant Chevron. It was really only a matter of time. The time of possession that Livingston has been having has been absolutely fantastic. It was really only a matter of time before they eventually broke through. And Grant Chevron made a quality play, and yeah, it was just a great goal overall. Back to you guys.
Yeah, thank you for that report, Jordan.
That was
very
fantastic
valuable
report,
information.
Jordan. Very valuable, fantastic goal there by Newark Central.
What?
Oh my God. Sorry. Fantastic goal by Livingston High School by Grant Chevron there.
Nice play there to prevent that breakaway by Jake Fitzgerald. Now played ahead.
To Lob Siegel, who's subbing in today, and there's a fantastic
Siegel,
play to Grant
great
Chevron.
play!
What a touch by Grant Chevron! He shoots
and easy save. Good setup, but not a very right in the center of the goal. Easy save for Udrago. And they'll kick it out, and it'll be a throw-in for Livingston.
We're going to go now to other games involving Livingston High School right after Charlie Grossman will continue to power up the field.
Great play.
He goes down.
Up. And that, I believe, will be a yellow card, the first card of the game. He's been...
We're also going to see, as Grossman will get up slowly, we can tell he's okay. Looks like we might have a substitution for the injury here, we're going to see. And we have a card coming in.
And it will be a yellow card on North Central.
We'll get you to who that is in a second. And
yeah, so, I mean, do you think Grossman flopped?
no, I don't. I think it was definitely a foul, but I think that as a typical soccer player, Grossman over-exaggerated that result of the play.
Well, I mean, of course, this is soccer we're talking.
Of course, but note, Muhammad Diang will receive his first yellow card of the game, a second one, and he will be ejected. Lancers, as a result, will have a free kick just outside the box by actually the alternate captain for today, and that'll be Holden Miller.
Miller lines up for the kick. Goes for it. The boot deflected just over the net.
And that's a good result for the Lancers, as now there'll be a corner kick coming up.
But that was a good defensive play by Newark Central. Was that deflected by Livingston?
It was actually deflected by Newark Central, as now Holden Miller playing up top playing midfield will now throw it in for the Lancers. 13.5 minutes left to go here in the first half. And it is 1-0 Livingston Lancers against Newark Central High School.
Corner kick and grabbed by the Newark Central goaltender, Udrago, and sent out. Good player hold it by Livingston, but they can't keep it in the field. It's just touched out by Krish Malhotra.
Yeah, Krish Malhotra had a fantastic year on JV, putting up a ton of stats. Also, interestingly, he is one of the fastest players in the Lancers program, as I have previously mentioned. Fantastic player he is. It's really good to see him on varsity this year, as he definitely could have looked for some varsity time last year if it weren't for the 18 seniors that graduated from the Lancers soccer program last year.
Nice play, and the kick by, I believe,
was by Lob Siegel, and it was right at the keeper. Couple of missed opportunities there by the Lancers.
Yeah, I mean, they've had a lot of quantity of chances, not a lot of quality on those chances. As they've just been shooting it right in the middle of the goal, and you're not going to score if you're shooting it at the goalie.
That was a fantastic play there by Lucas Lang, and ball will be won by Central High School and kicked out of bounds. Time right now to recognize some other games today involving Livingston High School athletics. This will include girls varsity field hockey at Verona, which started at 3:45, so you can go catch it right now at Centennial Field away in Verona. We've got some more events real quick after this throw-in coming up, as the ball will be whipped into the middle and a save by the keeper. Girls varsity tennis versus Verona has started at 4 o'clock today. You can go check that out at the Livingston High School tennis courts. And JV tennis is away at the Verona High School tennis courts, who also started at 4. 4:15 p.m. start. So also underway, well underway actually, is girls freshman field hockey, as they are hosting.
Big block.
As
by North
they
Central.
are hosting Northern Highlands at the Livingston High School Oval Scoreboard Field. If you want to know where that is to the right of the Livingston High School varsity baseball field home plate. And then we've got girls cross country, varsity versus Bloomfield High School, against Mount St. Dominic, Newark Academy, and many other teams, including Bloomfield, at Branch Brook Park in Newark, New Jersey. And that'll start later today at 5:40 p.m. Eastern, so you can still catch the beginning of that one, thankfully, if you are interested.
A shot there.
And it'll go over by Zach Lang.
Zach Lang. Upcoming schedule for this Livingston Varsity Soccer. They play Montclair Kimberley Academy, MKA.
Very good team, Montclair Kimberley Academy.
Very good team.
Fantastic, as they beat
play
Newark
them
Central 8-2.
2 days from now, Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern, Belleville, Tuesday at 4, and then Caldwell Friday. They play Caldwell Friday the 30th, Seton Hall Prep Wednesday November 4th, and Bloomfield Friday
Big hit
November
there.
6th. Yeah, big. Oh, who is?
And we have Kyle Leventhal on the ground now. This could be a tight one for the Lancers, as he will slowly get up. It's a tight one.
Yeah, big hit there. I mean, this has been a very physical game, and that's really only Newark Central's only way to stay in this is to keep it a physical game. Make sure they if they're not winning the skill battle, if they're not winning
What a
the
touch by
chance
Lop
battle,
Siegel.
they're winning the physical battle, and the kick that goes wide
So now we're going to
by
continue on.
Chevron.
So now we're going to continue on mentioning some other things happening in LHS. Yesterday, which actually happened at the Madonna Turf, was girls varsity high school soccer. Just one goal in that event, as the captain and senior for the team, Warren Belcour, however you pronounce it, I'm sorry, I do not know the pronunciation, scored the sole goal of that game to make it a 1-0 win for Livingston High School. So fantastic job by the Lancers yesterday for girls varsity soccer. Now we're just hoping to see if the boys can hold this lead or maybe even expand it and hopefully maybe even keep a shutout win today, as that's the direction they have been playing in.
And you know, if they get this shutout, that will be, I believe, their third shutout win of the season. The attempt by Siegel, centering try.
Worth mentioning, as Grant Chevron will kick the ball in with hopes of this being successful, as it was unsuccessful, is that this will be the first game the Lancers will have more than a goal in the net.
No, I believe they won 2-1 in their first game. They did. They won 2-1 in their first game.
So second game, and then if they're able to whip a third goal in, then this will be a big one for the Lancers. Let me also mention, all their wins, their losses, and their ties have been within 1 goal or less. So interesting stat there. See if the Lancers can expand that this game. Fantastic cross right to the keeper, unfortunately, though, for the Lancers.
I'm sorry, earlier we said Livingston had 3 goals in 5 games. They actually have 5 goals in 5 games. That is our bad.
Yes, we apologize for that one.
Well,
Shot coming
now
in, and it's outside.
Now
line.
I guess 6 goals in just under 5.5 games. As, of course, the goal today by Grant Chevron, assisted by Kyle Kelly. That came at about the 20-minute marker.
32nd minute of the first half. We have 7 minutes to go left, just about. As we have Lucas Lang making a fantastic pass to Grant Chevron. And it'll be
Good play to
cleared.
keep it in by Chevron.
Yeah, fantastic.
Nice play to move it up by Newark Central, and
Ooh, big
the
turnover
steal.
there by Fitzgerald.
Newark Central stops up. Plays ahead. Nice steal there.
Jake Fitzgerald really won the ball back. Fantastic job by him.
Yeah, I mean, he knew what he did. And yeah,
Something
he
I
was
can
a man
tell
on a
you.
mission. He stole the ball back.
Speaking of that, something I tell you, just as a result of that play, Charlie Grossman is probably one of the most relaxed players on the soccer field. Just the way he takes his touch is very relaxed compared to most other players, and that's a good skill to have because that means that you feel like you give yourself more time to look up and open up the field and less panic, meaning that you can work in pressure better. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the fact he has such a soft touch is definitely a very useful skill,
Yeah.
especially at this level.
Yeah, and this is a level where some Lancers, as we know, including Kyle Kelly and possibly even Benjamin Pollock, will get some college soccer minutes in.
Yeah.
Which is good too. So it's important to have a relaxed touch like Charlie Grossman. Definitely a role model thing for Charlie Grossman to do.
One player to note that's that's been on the bench most of the first half, has been Zach Feldman, number 5. Of course, we were praising him early in the game, but he's been off the field for
It's been
the
very
majority of this game. I wonder if that's possibly due to an injury that we didn't see.
We will check in. We will communicate with Jordan to find the result of that one. But meanwhile, we have less than 6 minutes to go in the first half of Lancers soccer, hosting Newark Central. And the Lancers have definitely been controlling the ball, and I'm actually quite frankly surprised it was only a 1-0 affair so far.
Yeah, I mean, Livingston has had an absurd amount of chances for it to only be 1-0. A couple of balls that just missed the net. But I think part of that reason is because of the fantastic play of Newark Central goaltender Udrago.
And Jago's been having a fantastic game right now, keeping the game to just 1 goal. Obviously, there's no doubt about it. These have not been fantastic shots from the Lancers, but it's important to remember. It's important to remember the goalie's skill level is a very intimidating thing for strikers, and you can tell that this goalkeeper has been doing a fantastic job this entire season to make this, struggling. And I want to say this in the nicest way. Not very successful Newark Central team this year, and I feel like the goalkeeping has made them definitely, stay in some of the games they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And one of those actually is going to include, interestingly enough, their 1-0 loss against Newark Academy, which is very interesting because Newark Academy is a fantastic soccer team.
Stolen away. Holden Miller.
So much space. What a
What
send!
a pass! And off the post, they score on the rebound.
Grant Chevron.
Second goal of the game for Grant
Fantastic.
Chevron.
Wow.
Hit the fantastic setup by Holden Miller. Chevron hit the post, but got it on the second opportunity.
And the Lancers are up not 1, but 2-0 now with less than 5 minutes left to go in the game. And in that first half.
Holden Miller with 3 points on the season now with that assist.
And of course, we will definitely credit Holden Miller for being more of the success to that goal than Grant Chevron, as that was a fantastic play by Holden Miller, taking all the space he needed and more, containing the ball very well, as we will have a shoot tie from the goalkeeper for Newark Central, and we will get this game going.
Just under the 35-minute mark of this game. The throw-in by Livingston. Opportunity centered in the header by Chevron, going for the hat trick.
No doubt about it. This is really successful for the Lancers now, as if they were able to hold this score, and it seems like right now, if they come into the second half with the same hopes, do everything right, they can easily hold this lead from the way they've been playing right now, or can extend it for the first time in a long time, and score more than 2 goals in a game.
Yeah, and the way Livingston usually tries to play, don't be surprised in the second half they stay back and try to play more of a defensively oriented game than they have it here in this first half.
Indeed.
Or maybe really won't need to. We'll see.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is something that Coach Rubinetti loves to stress about the Lancers, which I've known for actually have been playing for him before, is that he loves to sit back defensively once a team is up by what he feels is enough. Sometimes it's 1 goal, sometimes it's 5 goals, but the team does like to sit back and relax offensively and focus heavily on the defense, and of course the goalkeeping of Benjamin Pollock when they are up by what they feel is enough goals. There's a fantastic play by Kyle Kelly right there to get the ball over
interception. Tipped in
Swing
and
and a miss.
Kick.
What a play by Grant Chevron.
Chevron's been having a fantastic game. He centers it.
Lob Siegel now over to Kyle Kelly.
Kelly with the shot
Good
and
save.
a diving save by Udrago.
That was a fantastic save by Udrago there. Good read of the play. Now the ball will be played upfield, but Benjamin Pollock has got it.
As much as we were praising him at the beginning of the game, he really is not been in it very much. He's only had a few touches, and that's been when the ball's been sent down. Don't think he's had to make a single save.
Well, let's also give him some credit too, Jacob, as we can't forget that Grant Chevron is not Grant Chevron. We are talking about the goalkeeper, Benjamin Pollock, is an all-county goalkeeper for the Lancers. And he's been fantastic this year, keeping the Lancers to very little goals. And there's no doubt about it that this game we do have to give him some credit, because Newark Central has not shown up offensively, just like most other games, where they have 2 goals this season coming onto their 5th game.
Siegel with the tip pass to Chevron. I wonder if they'll be passing it to him a little more in the second half, as he is looking for the hat trick. 2 goals so far today. Assists from Kyle Kelly on the first goal. Holden Miller.
Can we see our first recorded shot of the game for Newark Central is the question, as Kyle Kelly brings the player down and nothing but the player down.
Yeah, he was going for the ball there.
Interesting note as well. 1.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Not a shot recorded for Newark Central High School. As you said earlier, Benjamin Pollock has only touched the ball when passed to. And, of course, as we know, the goalkeeper for Newark Central, Abdul Odrago, has been very active this game, keeping it to just a 2-goal affair when there's been so many shots from the Lancers. I mean, of course, a lot of them weren't fantastic shots, but still, very good job by Odrago.
Just 1 minute to play here in this first half.
This could very well be our last bit of pressure in the first half of play till we take a 10-minute break.
Bamba for Newark Central.
Andy Pessoa has checked in. I'm sorry, no, that is actually Benjamin Goldsmith, which I apologize for, who has just checked in for the Lancers once again after being taken out earlier. And there's an outside the foot pass right to Charlie Grossman, who had a fantastic touchdown. We could very likely be seeing a run, as I just mentioned, as it will be between him and Odrago. And a good touch by Grossman there, but a nice clear.
Almost an opportunity, but Newark Central was there to shut Grossman down and keep this a 2-goal game, stop them getting a last-second goal. But they still are going to attempt for one, as another good defensive play.
And it looks like this might just be...
The clock will wind down, and that will do it. That will do it for half number 1, as
the Lancers are up 2-0. That's right, your Livingston Lancers are up 2-0 over Central High School to end the first half.
Moments ago,
when this pandemic arrived, it changed so many things.
In the state will be closed,
but it didn't change everything. Across New Jersey, students are still learning, still receiving nutritious meals, still getting the help they need, even with school buildings closed. With so much changing, New Jersey families know that educators still put students first. So even as our students do their part to flatten the curve by staying home, we're doing our part to keep them growing until we see them again.
You're watching LTV, Comcast 34 and Fios 26, Livingston.
We're going to do a little side switch here. Looks like we're also going to do a ball boy switch, which we will receive coming up soon. And it's interesting to know, it looks like Zach Feldman will be checking back into the field today to play some second half soccer. No JV players have been put in the game yet, which is interesting, so we have no call-ups on the field. And I'm actually going to take my statement back, as it looks like Zach Feldman is actually going to revert back to his seat to start the second half, interestingly. Looked like he was about to head back onto the field, but no. So Lancers are going to do a 4-4-2 formation. 4-4-2 formation, including Chris Malhotra, who's been playing the entire game, staying at the right midfield. We're going to have Zach Lang and Kyle Leventhal at center mid, and then at left mid we're going to have, at left defense, we are going to have Jake Fitzgerald. So that's our defensive look. In terms of the midfield, it looks like we're going to have Kyle Kelly and Holden Miller once again checking in. We are also going to have, looks like, some of Lucas Lang, Lob Siegel, and Charlie Grossman playing up top in the midfield for the Lancers. So quite similar people on the field who started the second game. So not the entire starting roster for the Lancers, which is interesting.
Yeah, he's wearing the penny. Looks like he's
relaxing.
He's going to be, he's relaxing. I don't think he's going to be playing today, and I really am wondering why.
It's a disappointment. 2-0 is not a strong lead. It's a good lead, but it's not strong. Very easy to break. In terms of the second half ball boys that we've got for today, we currently right now do not have a ball boy on the other side of the field, but on the close side of the field to today's cameraman, we're going to have a player, Colin Miller, who got called up from JV, who will be the ball boy for today. And we're still waiting to see who will be the ball boy on the far side of the Lancers main turf field where today's game is being played.
Newark Central with a shot that goes all the way over to the other side. They're able to keep it. This is probably the longest Newark Central's had possession in.
The most pressure, too, which we should
the most
keynote.
pressure.
Zach Lang will whip it up with a little right foot. He is a lefty, and he'll play it over to Grant Sheffrin. So here comes Holden Miller playing upfield. Currently has the ball on the right side. He is a left footer. Just keep that in mind. The Lancers have a lot of left footers on varsity. It is a very key skill that Coach Rubenetti likes to take through the tryouts. It was a nice physical play there by the Central defense. But Lob Siegel, interestingly to note, making his first appearance on varsity this year. In a bit. We would like to say that Lob Siegel has made his first varsity appearance this year. He takes very big touches. And that is definitely going to affect his play.
You know, the way a player touches the ball is, of course, very important in soccer.
It's first touch. That's the key.
We talked about it for two players, of course, Lob Siegel and Charlie Grossman.
Matt Hoffman will be our far side of the field ball boy for today. This is interesting. And we are going to have the corner, which will be whipped in by Kyle Kelly. Will put his hand up and he'll cross it in. No play for the Lancers. We're just going to throw the ball in. There's a fantastic play. The goalkeeper who's going to try and make a... Wow, what a pass by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean, he really came all the way out there. And now
Drago's been doing a great job this game, and it's fantastic to see how much he's been saving his team, or else I would say they're definitely struggling a lot this season. Pollock will make a save. I would be willing to bet, just the way Roger Rubenetti has been treating this game so far, is that we will probably see some backup goaltending in Logan Paredes, the junior, coming in soon. And you know why I could tell that? That is because Zach Feldman, key defender for the Lancers, is not on the field right now. And also mentioning we do have a couple of players who usually do not start, including Lob Siegel on the field to start the second half, which is usually where all the energy is flowing in both teams.
Yeah, I mean, the start of not even only the game, but, you know, when you have a break between the halves, any momentum that you have is most likely gone. So
substitution coming in now is going to be Jared Fisk.
You wanna try to regain, if you're Livingston, you want to try to regain that momentum to starting this second half, and honestly, they've not done nearly as good of a job at doing that than most of us would expect. They've let up a lot more chances, a lot more pressure from Newark Central than they did almost the entire first half.
Lucas Lang will be coming off. Looks like the Lancers are en route, knock on wood, to have another shutout. Interestingly, this one can't really give much credit to Benjamin Pollock.
Still about 35 minutes left here in this game, actually a little under 36, so I wouldn't say anything quite yet. Nice play, but a good defensive play.
That was a fantastic play right there by Chris Malhotra. Again, key speed from the player. Ball is going to be rolled out right near, actually, where the referee is standing, over to Fitzgerald, who will make a fantastic pass there to lob Siegel, who's going to play the ball and leave it for Holden Miller, who's going to run upfield, and he's going to play the ball over to Charlie Grossman. Grossman's going to take the ball to the side, and he's going to go flying. However, there will be a late call. Would say something, though. Charlie Grossman has mastered the art of a flop.
Yeah, I mean, he's flopped a couple times today, and that one, he drew a penalty, or a card, of course.
So, we'd like to take the moment to thank all that have participated in today's Lancer TV crew production, as the ball will be booted out of bounds, headed by the man himself, Mr. Milano. Fantastic TV teacher running today's game.
Yeah.
We will have the director, Guy Rettig, and the tech director, Justin Jones and Farah Nisavakia. Audio will be from Jamie Heskett, and camera 1 will be Rory Gruber. Camera 2, Jaden Barnett, and camera 3, Karina Lerner and Justin Jones. The character generator for today will be also Karina Lerner, while the announcers, as you know, will be me and Jacob Gorin, and
With
then
Jordan Cooper on the sidelines.
That's correct. So, all-star TV crew today.
Yep. Lots of pressure here in the second half by Newark Central in the turnover, but then
Ball sent
Holden
in.
Miller with the steal.
Ooh.
Oh, a diving save by Udrago.
I've got to tell you, I thought we were going to see Chevron's third goal there. I thought we were going to have a hat trick. And I was
Yeah.
about to go bring my Lancers hat down to the field and throw it on the field. That's a hockey tradition, if any of you did not know that.
Yeah, I mean, how often do you really see hat tricks in
Especially
soccer?
on this Lancers team, who hasn't scored more than 2 goals in a game this season.
Yeah, if they score another, he scores another goal, he will take the lead of goals for this team. As that shot, ooh.
That ball did go out of bounds, as it indeed hit the wrong post. It hit the field goal for American football.
Looks like, yeah, and a nice catch there afterwards by Udrago.
Gabe Kanchik will sub in as the close, he will sub in as the close line ball boy. So, looks like we will have a slow trot from Kyle Kelly, ultra slow, over to throw the ball in. Kick it in, my fault.
Smart move, actually. Still a little under 33 minutes left, and I think they know, just as we do, how good, or not, I shouldn't say how good, how better North Central's been playing this half. They're trying to kill as much time as possible.
So now here they come up the field. What a touch by number 23.
And the shot that deflected wide.
And that is
he
a roll.
He whiffed on that kick.
He did, but that was a role model touch right there by Vincent Canadu, who unfortunately did not take a good shot. Vincent Canadu actually, interestingly, had a couple goals. He had, I think, both goals in their win against Montclair Kimberley Academy, which you can find on MKA TV on YouTube. That was.
If you are interested in watching it, of course.
Yes, and Newark Central has done a fantastic job defensively. Unfortunately, though, their offense has not supported them at all, which is their why for, which I think is why they have been struggling so much, and the score result has not been in their favor. It's because their offense has been struggling. It's been a very unsustainable, I guess you could say,
method.
Yeah, method for Newark Central. They've been very unsustainable this season, and if you don't believe me, you can go check their record.
Yep, 0-4 and a 20 goals against in not even 5 games, counting this game, of course.
Lancers, on the other hand, are looking quite successful, as they will pick up their 4th win if they will be able to hold this result or even make it better. Grant Chevron now make a fantastic play, and he will whip the ball all the way downfield. Onside, no doubt about it, is
just that.
Luke Chiserick. He won't be able to catch it, though. Interesting note for you guys.
I believe that was actually Jake Fitzgerald.
That was No, it was actually not. It was Luke Chiserick.
Oh, I thought I saw 13.
It was actually number 8, Luke Chiserick, who has actually been a fantastic player for the Livingston Lancers JV squad last year, as well as Jared Fisk. The two of them, including some other players like Krish Malhotra, and of course, who unfortunately is not on the roster this year, Anthony Chow, have been fantastic JV players for this Lancers squad.
Whoa, nice.
As we will see a whiff and
I believe
a
that was
corner
actually,
ball.
it was actually deflected. Nice deflection by, can't see who that is. I believe it is
Holden Miller, the lefty,
Muhammad
to whip the ball in now for the Lancers. Looks like we will have a play coming in from the Lancers once again. Remember, plays number 1 and plays number 2 are the short ball, and play number 3 is the big whip in. Let's see what we got. And it looks like it'll be number 2. Ball whipped in. And he scores! Jake Fitzgerald on the corner, and it's 3-0 Lancers. Fantastic job right there.
Actually, Kyle Leventhal.
You are right. I made the mistake. It's Kyle Leventhal with a fantastic goal for the Livingston Lancers. A header ball.
First point of the season for him.
And it's 3-0 Lancers. What a goal.
This is their first time this year. They've scored 3 goals in the game and a fantastic play. They faked the short pass to Grossman. He gives it right back to Miller, and the header by Kyle Leventhal.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
The captain for today's game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Fantastic play by Holden Miller. And actually, the captain for today's game is Kyle Kelly, who is currently on the field wearing number 7 today for the Lancers.
Yeah, sorry, alternate captain.
Ball being possessed now. Holden Miller will receive the ball, and here comes Rohan Maida making his first appearance in today's game. He will play the ball over to Charlie Grossman. Grossman will whip the ball in over his head. Luke Chisarick is offside, just barely. And as you can see, the reaction there from Miller on the bench definitely shows the frustration, as that was a very close call.
Yeah, I mean, just a touch offsides. As I like to say, at least.
Sun's going down here at the stadium. Lancers are up 3-0. Here comes Holden Miller. He will send the ball over to Rohan Maida, just subbing in right to the keeper, though. Good save by Odrego, though.
Very powerful shot there.
Something about
By
Odrego.
Rohan.
Something about Odrego that's definitely not helped Newark Central this year is he's very quick to punt the ball away. As you can see, it's paying off right now. However, it has definitely been a struggle for them in recent times.
Nice play, and it's chipped. Oh, just over the net. It went off the left post of the field goal for
Central to make a very rare substitution, as they have a very small roster coming in for today's game. Number 14 will be checking in. And number 14 today, wearing number 14 for Newark Central, will indeed be Johan, and tell me if I pronounce this right, please, Jacob, Wuaga Ngwamambe.
I believe it is.
Well, here come the Lancers. Krish Malhotra will play it over to Rohan Maida. Back to Malhotra. Nice 1-2 play right there, and it'll be up to Grossman. Grossman's having a great game so far. He's been the secret weapon for the Lancers.
Besides those few offsides calls.
That's of course true, but everybody has a... You're not successful in every play, and that is something you will learn
Nice play by
about
Kyle
soccer.
Kelly.
Yeah. No doubt about it, Grossman has been fantastic with the ball, and as we've said, he's mastered the art of flopping, which can be a very boring style of play, but also come in handy style of play, which I'd say for today has come in handy. For
Nice
the
play by Oh no, just out. But earlier you were trying to pronounce number 14, Johan Wuga Nugambe, for Newark Central. As Newark Central will have a
Goal kick here.
Kick.
Good touch by Charlie Grossman, but unfortunately it was just a little too big. Kyle Kelly will try and jump, but the turf has not allowed him to. Something you definitely notice that the Lancers actually do better with, since they're a very fast team, is that on turf the ball rolls and bounces and acts just quicker than on grass, and that is something that the Lancers have actually used to their favor this year, as they have a very fast team.
Turned over by the goaltender Benjamin Pollock, and the
Easy
kick.
scoop for him.
Yeah, the kick from afar.
Rolled over to Grossman, who's going to turn around, and he has plenty of space, including Kyle Kelly. We will roll right by. Grossman's wearing number 2 for the Lancers today. Second year on varsity. Didn't get much playing time last year. This year he has yet to be taken off, it looks like. And we have a big, big hit down there. But all will be okay and no foul. Taken away once again by Grossman. Grossman's got plenty of space. Grossman will take a nice touch.
Nice play. And Charlie Grossman, he's a smaller guy.
But his skill is just magnificent.
That is
Grant Chevron there.
Yes.
And see, that's what I'm talking about by physical play. Plenty of space and plenty of opportunities, but instead, Newark Central will play the ball out of bounds.
Holden Miller
With the
headed
close
it
one.
just wide.
That was actually number 21 there, Joshua Dadsey.
No, that was.
I'm talking about for Central's clear.
Oh yeah.
Goal kick now for Newark Central. Coming in.
On the left side of the field, a turnover. Newark Central carrying it up. Turns over again.
So we're going to have a quick
Kyle
substitution.
Kelly a shot. Oh, it almost
Ooh.
it almost gets by.
Benjamin Goldsmith will now be
Udrago.
stretching out. He will check in just a bit. We'll see who he's coming out for very soon. Ball right now being possessed by Newark Central. Plenty of open space. The ball will be dished to number 23 for Central. Ball will roll out of
Just
bounds.
out. That is
Nice play by Krish
That
Malhotra.
is Vincent Kanadu.
We have some information coming in from our sideline reporter, and that is Mr. Jordan Cooper, who is currently warming up, backup goalkeeper, looking to make his first appearance this season on Lancers varsity. Second year on varsity as the backup goalkeeper, and that is Logan Paredes. We're going to get some action from the backup goalkeeping team.
So are we going to Jordan?
We are not.
Oh.
It is just news information. Jordan is actually, indeed, my fault. Jordan is going to give us some information regarding Logan Paredes this season and how he's been helping out. Indeed, our starting goalkeeper for this year, Benjamin Pollock. Go ahead, Jordan.
Oh,
And it looks like we've
Some
lost some
radio
connection.
silence.
Jordan, can you hear us? Goal!
oh, they score! As we are trying to connect to Jordan.
I guess it's maybe better that he is not talking right now, as the ball is put in there by...
Jared Fisk.
Actually, that looks to me like it's Lucas Chisarick. We'll get you on that one in a second, but a fantastic goal. And the Lancers will now go up 4-0. All the more while for a little substitution involving our backup goalie, Logan Paredes, checking in for Benjamin Pollock as the subs will be made. And as you can hear, the crowd is going wild for our substitution. Here they are.
And I believe that was actually Jared Fisk with the goal. I think I saw number 8. Did you see 18?
I actually, believe it or not, saw number 8, so I believe it is Jared Fisk with the goal for the Lancers.
Not, did you
Jordan will now be checking in, as we hear, with a little report considering our situation with Logan Paredes, who is checking in. Jordan, take over. And we are still not getting Jordan. We'll try and get him for you guys. I'm not sure what is happening, but Lancers will possess the ball. There's a fantastic play there by Lucas Chisarick to Rohan Mehta, and Rohan Mehta will win a throw-in for the Lancers. Just over 22 minutes of play here. Plenty of time for some star backup goalkeeping
You know what?
and some more goals from the Lancers.
You said when Livingston goes up 4-0, they were going to switch goaltenders. Look what happened when they went up 4-0. Good prediction, Ryan.
Thank you. Yep, and it was no doubt a necessary action, as it is important that Logan Paredes gets some action and goal for the Lancers. Now we'll be going for a report from Jordan Cooper for Lancers goalkeeping. Go ahead, Jordan.
Hi guys. Sorry about earlier. There were just some technical difficulties with the microphone. Really, although the Lancers have scored 4 goals so far, I wouldn't call it an offensive onslaught simply because the Central defense has been pretty horrendous. Their goaltender has had to pick up a lot of the slack, and the Central defense has not been making good clears at all. And yeah, they just aren't that good. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, Jordan. I don't know if any of you saw that one, but we almost saw a little Kyle Leventhal own goal over Logan Prentice. Not the greatest start to your backup goalkeeping 2020 career.
Oh, nice play!
Chevron more than makes up for it.
The
Lancers
hat-trick.
goal.
The hat trick for Grant Chevron.
What a goal. And the Lancers are now up 5-0. What a play.
What a game for Grant Chevron. If I was to name the star, the MVP of the game for Livingston, it would definitely be him.
And we will have that coming up to conclude today's game. And we're going to have some substitutions, and this includes 2 JV players. Chris Malhotra will be relieved by JV number 29, Matthew Hoffman. And we are also going to have Jake Fitzgerald, number 13, being taken over by JV player
Neil
Hajib will also be checking in for Grant Chevron.
along with Andy Pessoa.
That's right. Andy Pessoa, number 27, will also be checking in for Holden Miller. We also have, I'm sorry, I could not finish my sentence. I apologize about that. Holden Miller checking in left defense for the one and the only having a fantastic game, Jake Fitzgerald. 5-0 Lancers. It is quite the blowout. I hate to say it for Newark Central, that we expected. It's been a very tough season for them offensively, and you can only put so much pressure on a strong defense before, it's just like a cup. You can only throw it around so many times until it cracks, It's just unsustainable.
Yeah, their style of play, while it did work early in the first half, they've really fallen apart. I think what I've noticed is in the second half here, they've really taken a much more offensive approach, and when they did that, that's when the goals started piling up.
And I'm wondering if it was a strategy that Coach Rubinetti would assume that the JV players would be getting some action this game, as they certainly are going to get over 20 minutes of play if the decision is made. Ball we played over, a fantastic play there by Jared Fisk to get it to Andy Pessoa. This is our first JV touch of the game, and it is very successful. As the ball we played upfield there to Rohan Maida, senior, who checked in earlier today for the first time. Colin Miller with a fantastic header to Andy Pessoa. That's JV work right there, as the ball will actually be turned over. Here comes Newark Central, the shot right to Logan Paredes, who almost lets the ball skate through him. That was a nerve-wracking one.
Of course, Logan Paredes, the backup goaltender, who was put in after the 4th goal scored by Livingston. That was, of course, scored by Jared Fisk.
And yes, indeed, we are having a little bit of physical frustration here from the Lancers, as some space has not been opened. But here comes Andy Pessoa with a fantastic pass here to Goldsmith. Goldsmith, the junior, making his first year on varsity, will play the ball over to Jared Fisk, who hasn't gotten too much action this game. He will try and whip it in.
Lucas Chiserek.
As he goes down.
That is Lucas Chiserek, not.
So number 8 is Jared Fisk then.
Yes.
Oh, we are really having a problem with those two.
No, I think that's just you.
Well, you have made a lot of mistakes too then, because we have messed up the two the entire game today. Here comes Andy Pessoa, number 27. He will play the ball over. That is Lucas Chiserek.
Yes. Or no, that is
exactly.
Jared Fisk.
See, it's a very confusing one, guys. Ball we played in right now to Benjamin Goldsmith. Goldsmith will wind.
Ooh,
over.
just off the top of the net.
As you can see, this Lancers JV team has been putting a ton of pressure on the 4 JV players on this varsity team. It's a very good look for a JV player to be putting in pressure like this on the opposing team. Ball will be kicked up.
Nice play there by Lucas Chiserek, not Jared Fisk.
So let's get a confirmation here. Number 8 is Jared Fisk.
Yes.
And number 3 is Lucas Chiserek.
Yes.
Gotcha. Well, there's no doubt about it that this one is Noah Fisher, who will play the ball in to Neil Hajib. Hajib will win it. He'll take a shot. And it's in! JV goal! What a shot by Neil Hajib. Assist by forward Noah Fisher. What a game. It is 6-0 Lancers. All the credit in the world.
We should work games more often, as the 2 games we've worked for Livingston. This game, which
And that
obviously
also includes the game versus Behringer, where they won an astounding 48-7.
49-7.
49-7.
In football, of course,
Yeah.
Lancers football. That was about a week and a half ago.
Unfortunately, we have all heard the bad news that a couple of Lancers football coaches have tested positive for COVID-19 but are taking the appropriate protocols, which is what is enabling other sports like boys soccer to be able to play. Ball will be kicked up. A weak kick. And one in the air by Andy Pessoa. Ball will be possessed now.
Of course, Andy Pessoa,
Go ahead.
the sophomore.
Ooh, there's
on
Matt Hoffman
from
making the
JV.
questionable start from today. And Kyle Leventhal will play the ball up to Andy Pessoa. Pessoa will open up space, and he will play the ball over to Neil Hajib. Hajib has got also plenty of space. This is great play from the Lancers here. Coming in now will be Lav Siegel. Siegel will get the ball taken from him, but for a necessary corner kick.
One thing what I've noticed about these JV players that have come in, they're playing a lot more offensively oriented. They are really not pressing in their own end as much. But then again, that might just be because ball hasn't really been in their own ends.
Nothing shy of a disappointment for us, of course, the Lancer TV crew. However, nothing shy of a disappointment for the Lancers, as is the same result. We have not seen too much action from Zachary Feldman today, the sophomore, as the ball will be cleared out. Not quite. Oh, the danger zone. So close.
Almost an own goal there by Newark Central. And they will...
Substitution here for the Lancers. Kyle Leventhal will be coming off. Fantastic game there by Kyle Leventhal. Almost had an own goal to make Logan Paredes have a little bit shaky of a start, but it was all set and done. It's not too big of a deal. Subbing in for him at center back will be Zach Lang. Andy Pessoa now. Nice touch. And he's going to work his way out of the danger zone. Here comes Neil Hajib now. He's going to play the ball up to Lav Siegel. Plenty of space for Lav Siegel. Lav Siegel will play the ball over to Neil Hajib. Hajib is going to win a Lancers throw-in. Oh, interesting call there. Was not expecting that one. Throw-in Newark Central. And you can understand that there is no doubt about it. No frustration from the Newark Central bench, which is not too surprising.
No frustration or a lot of frustration?
No frustration. We have not seen too much frustration from the Newark Central side so far. Rohan Mehta with the shot.
I mean, I feel like they'd be frustrated considering the score.
I totally agree with you, but it's been very interesting. We have not seen too much verbal action so far today at all from Newark Central, which is very strange.
Well, maybe they're used to it.
May not be wrong. Matt Hoffman now. He'll play a not quite good ball. And that was to Jared Fisk, correct?
Yeah. Or no, that was to Lucas Chisler.
Are we really going to go over this debate again? I'm pretty sure that was Jared Fisk.
That was number 3.
Number 3 is indeed Lucas Chiserick. Number 3 is Lucas Chiserick. We are really struggling over here. Ball will be played up now. Here comes Lav Siegel. Lav Siegel will send it to Rohan Mehta. Rohan Mehta will get beat. Fantastic touch there. Ball went over there by Newark Central, and the ball will be booted up now by the goalkeeper. Looks like we had a handball, but it will not be called. Ball being played over to Lang. Lang has plenty of space. He will not play the ball to Hoffman. He will opt to play a fantastic ball to Andy Pessoa. Andy Pessoa will take his space. And that is actually not Andy Pessoa. That is actually Goldsmith. Goldsmith will play it over to Lav Siegel. Lav Siegel is in trouble. He will continue to hold the ball in the corner. Siegel.
Oh, nice play to hold it in.
Very physical game. And the ball will be won over by Newark Central and cleared. Again, that's the physicality we've been seeing all season from Newark Central.
Yeah. I mean, that's really the only way they've been able to like stay in games. Like we saw, it was only 2-0 after the first half. 4 goals here in the second half.
Not to mention the 1-0 loss. Only 1-0 loss to Newark Academy. A very good, a very, very, very good team. Ball will be whipped in there by Jared Fisk and flown over. And Central will try and save the ball. And actually, it ends up Neil Hajib, who's got wheels, no doubt about it, will not be able to save the ball. Throw it now for Newark Central.
And Livingston.
And that's just another thing we've been talking about. Jared Fisk. I'm sorry, not Jared Fisk. Jared Fisk does have this, but mainly Noah Fisher and Charlie Jones have what I like to call a very relaxed touch on the ball, which is a fantastic thing to have, which we spoke about earlier. It's definitely a key to the Lancers' success this season to have some players with a very relaxed touch on the ball.
Love Siegel almost got by there.
Ball we played up. Interesting touch by Matthew Hoffman there, as it'll get the job done. Must say, the JV squad on the field is looking pretty strong so far. And some great touches have been taken so far, including a goal from Neil Hajib, which is a fantastic goal. It was the 6th goal of today and the final goal we saw so far. Second touch of the game by Logan Paredes.
There's still a little under 13 minutes left.
So plenty of time for this score to get worse or get better in favor of Newark Central and the Livingston Lancers. Here comes Rohan Maida. Rohan Maida is also a very fast player. He's going to take all of his space. Rohan Maida is going to continue to take his space down, and it'll be deflected out of bounds by the Central defense.
All the way to the window
of the field house.
All the way to the window of the field house. And
Ming Ma will be our far side ball boy, while we will continue to see Andrew Yucht as our close side ball boy for today's game.
And the kick in by Livingston.
Over Lob Siegel. That's a fantastic play right there by Lucas Lang. Lucas Lang getting a nice touch in.
Nice kick.
Right to the keeper.
Oh!
It deflects in. They scored. An interesting goal for the Lancers, but a 7th one.
Yeah, and we were just talking the score could get better or it could get worse, and of course, wasn't going to get...
This is what I'd call a routine win for the Lancers team.
Well, not quite routine, because, they've...
What should be a routine I'm trying to refer to for the Lancers.
Yeah.
12 minutes left on the clock. This should be a role model score for the Lancers here, as Andy Pessoa will take the touch, and Lob Siegel will play it back over to Benjamin Goldsmith, who I apologize, I keep confusing with Andy Pessoa. Ball played over to Colin Miller. Colin Miller is a junior with the Lancers, and he's been a fantastic player with the JV team. Let me just mention, Colin Miller has ran a 11:57 2-mile this year in tryouts, which is a very valuable score. Yeah, and the goal was to get a 12:30, and he got an 11:57.
Yeah, under 12 minutes for 2 miles. Very impressive. You would know, you ran, 13?
I actually ran a 12:34 2-mile, which was a very strong 2-mile, but not quite comparing to Colin Miller, who's been fantastic so far this game. Ball be swung all the way back to the goalkeeper, Logan Paredes. Some other interesting 2-mile times to look at for you. Neil Hajib ran a pretty strong, pretty solid 13:13 2-mile. He's a very fast player. He's very good with the sprints less than the endurance, which we have been seeing today. And he's also got quite the good shot, Neil Hajib. He's got a fantastic shot, as we also saw today.
Yeah.
We're getting a routine second half display from the JV soccer team against Newark Central.
And you know what? It's very impressive how these the JV players and the varsity players have meshed so well together and combined for 2 goals here in the past 10 minutes for Livingston.
Yes, indeed.
Of course, there is only 10 minutes now on the dot to go in this game. A blowout here at the main turf at Livingston High School.
Yes.
This game got...
Looks like the scoreboard will go off now. So we'll be on our own. 9 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. We will continue to update you on the score throughout this game. We have just about, as I said earlier, 9 minutes and 30 seconds to go. A reasonable amount of time for the Lancers to continue to dominate in today's game, as they have certainly shown this second half. Good touch there by Noah Fisher. He will play it over to Colin Miller, who will swing the ball all the way over to the keeper. Logan's receiving some pressure, and he will play the ball back. That's a nice ball to Colin Miller. So we're getting a routine display here from the backup squad. 18-man roster for the Lancers, limited to just a 21-man away team roster and a unlimited home team, but not too big roster due to COVID-19. So a couple JV players were able to get their opportunity today, which they have showed routinely right now, wearing out this Newark Central team that has brought, looks like, less than just a couple of subs today. Ball
almost turned
away.
over.
Yeah. It's good recovery there, though, by, looks like that'll be Zach Lang for the Lancers.
Newark Central, nice touchback.
Nice to say this is the slower part of the game. Scoreboard is turned off once again, ladies and gentlemen. So we have got a clock going for you. We have less than 9 minutes left to go in today's game. Ball played inside as the sun goes down here at the main turf. And a good play by Andy Pessoa to work well with Lucas Lang, whose brother is the alternate captain today.
Andy Pessoa, a very skilled player from the JV team.
And as we do know, he doesn't like to stop talking about his success with Ironbound Soccer Club, one of the best club teams, actually in the nation, I believe, for the age of 16 years old now. So it is important to know that Andy Pessoa is getting the right training over the spring and the winter and the summer, ready to go play some Lancers varsity soccer, hopefully permanently next year, as we have a decently strong sophomore class this year.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, of course, no doubt about it. There's been a little bit of an interesting goaltending situation for them.
Yeah, I mean, this sophomore class is very soccer heavy.
Yeah, interesting. 26 players were on the freshman team last year, and 14 on JV this year. I was very privileged to take part of the freshman team last year, and I'm also happy to say that the Lancers are in good shape come next year and the next couple of years after, as they continue to develop a strong roster. They've had quite good success in recent years. Let me mention to you, as I've said earlier, their records, and looking at it right now, they've only really had one substantially bad season where they were completely under 500, and that was just 2 years ago in 2018 when they went 5-11.
Yeah.
Interestingly, but once again, we're just going to go over the records. 3-1-1 this year. They're about to advance to 4-1-1, hopefully with the shutout, working together with both Paredes and Benjamin Pollock. They are 9-7-2 in 2019. We already mentioned that they were 5-11 in 2018. 2017, now we're getting to the part where there was almost basically no players on this team on that roster, where they were 9-6-2. 2016, they were 13-5-3. 2015, they were 13-4-3. So 2 13-win seasons, which end up around a 20-game season every year. It varies. It's very strong. And then 8-7-5, not bad in 2014, which was what we have recorded, courtesy of NJ.com, ladies and gentlemen. You want to hear anything about high school or college sports regarding New Jersey, just go to NJ.com.
Or even pro sports. Lots of stuff on New Jersey Devils, New York Giants, New York Jets.
Speaking of the New Jersey Devils, they have quite the decent season coming up, as we do know, hiring some good players.
Or trading for and signing. Andreas Janssen and Brian Murray acquired for only Joey Anderson and a 5th-round pick. Fantastic pickups. And Corey Crawford signed to a 2-year deal after the buyout of Corey Schneider. Again, if you want to hear more of our opinions on hockey, please watch Puck Drop on YouTube, Puck Drop LHS.
So we will continue on. A little under 5 minutes left to go in today's game between the Lancers and New York Central. Ball will be swung into Rohan Maida. Unfortunate touch. Oh, but there's a slow pass there. Central will possess the ball. Went over by Noah Fisher. That's a tough pass,
Ooh,
but a nice play, as it will go right to just exactly
Logan
to the right spot
Paredes
to Neil
with the
Hajib.
boot. He
Yeah.
booted it upfield.
There's no doubt about it. We have not seen it recently at the varsity level, as he spent the past 2 years being the backup, but they do have some talent. He does have some talent, and it's going to be interesting to see next year if he's able to keep his spot. Speaking of which, we should talk about some freshmen that are coming up. Ethan Goldsmith, who is actually the brother of Benjamin Goldsmith, we've seen in today's game.
Yeah.
Fantastic player, as well as Connor Strunzis, who is a great player at the freshman level. Pretty successful so far, the freshman team. We don't have the exact record for you. However, we would love to be able to get it to you. However, I think it is now important to send it over to Jordan Cooper, our sideline reporter, for the last time for today's game. Jordan Cooper.
Hi, guys. Just a couple more things that I think are interesting to know. Their JV team is very good. They're undefeated. And when I asked the coach earlier in my interview, he said that the call-ups were mainly because he wanted to get the JV team some experience. And it's clearly worked, as they're leading 7-0, obviously. But the JV team has a lot of depth, and it could be something to look for in the future. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Jordan. It's a privilege to be able to work with you today. We're wrapping up today's game. Under 3 minutes left to go. It is 6-0 Lancers. We're sorry, guys. The scoreboard has been turned off. However, we will aid you the score and time coming up as the ball goes out of bounds for a goal kick for the Livingston Lancers. Matthew John, JV goalkeeper, who just earned the starting spot this year, is actually, interestingly, today's ball boy on the far side for the Lancers.
Just under 3 minutes.
We'd like to thank today's officiating crew. They've done a fantastic job, and I'm going to give you their names right now. That is Pedro Monada, who will be assisting Peter Kolenko.
Yeah, I mean, they've been doing a great job making all the right calls.
Indeed, yeah. And there's
including
many offsides calls.
Yeah, many
Charlie
offsides
Grossman.
calls on Livingston in general. A parade of offsides calls, you could say.
Definitely. So here's Pessoa. He's got some pressure coming on. Interesting win there, but Central will be on the ball. Here comes Central. Some good playing by Fisher here, getting a rare defensive appearance for today. So I think this brings us time to talk about, and I hope you would agree with me, I think this is time to talk about the Kelly family and their success.
Oh, what a stop!
It's a great play by Kyle Paredes.
Logan
Paredes. I just mixed up the two names I was about to say. What I was trying to say was Kyle Kelly, who is going to make an appearance at Ramapo College next year for soccer. His brother Brian Kelly is currently playing there as well. And Timmy Kelly, who is in our grade, is actually a sophomore on JV this year.
We did mention Brian Kelly actually scored in a 3-0 victory the last time these two teams met, back in September of 2018.
Yes. That was a fantastic game for the Lancers. But this is even better, as a collision has just happened, and the two get up like civil gentlemen. It's 6-0. Matt Hoffman with a good step, making his first good touch of the game today. He started off a little rocky, but he's starting to settle into his position.
Yeah.
So it looks like we are winding down the clock. Just under 30 seconds left to go in regulation play. Obviously, we will not need overtime play. 6-0 Lancers. Early call. Full time, ladies and gentlemen. Your final score: Livingston Lancers 6, 7, and Newark Central 0. Some fantastic goals today, including 2 from Grant Chevron, 1 from Neil Hajib. Had the hat trick from Grant Chevron, and a great goal from Neil Hajib. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Today's MVP?
I'm going to have to give it to Grant Chevron. You can't deny a hat trick, which is very rare in soccer, of course.
A hat trick never fails. And indeed, we saw that today from the Lancers. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.